The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman. Good to be back. Been away for this week, actually, and nice that I could make it back at midnight last night in time to do the show. For my subscribers to my opening call, they got a very brief newsletter, updates every single day, and thank goodness we've had some really nice trades and nice positions as well. So let's go to this. The E-mini is up 17 at 2578.50. It just took out the old high in a U-shaped formation. This is what I showed my subscribers this morning. Here's the 120-minute chart. Made a peak here, 2577.25 on the 22nd of October. Pulls back to 2541 on the 25th. And then it takes, this is what I showed. The first one was to there. It took an equal number of bars to get back to the 2570.25 level. And then what happened is it extended even further, and right now it's gone to a leg D. Remember in the Chapman way, we're always looking for leg Ds. There's that D on the 22nd. Here's a leg D on the 27th, and it's in an equal time frame. But then it spiraled higher, took out the left side high, and that was this first high. That was the double top high of 2577.00, 25 cents less. So it went in a shorter period of time to the 2577.25 test of the all-time high, popped right through it to 2578.50. Now, I'm fascinated about this. There are a whole bunch of things that are going on in my mind. I'm taking the weekend to sort of out. And what really put it into perspective the other day is, yesterday evening, early evening. Watching my grandson play soccer on a field in Williamsburg, and the backdrop, these kids had no clue as to the history. But there they are playing. All they're thinking about is the ball and the goal and this and the that. But they didn't see what I saw. And what I saw was the Empire State Building in the background, the icon. To this day, it's the icon. In fact, it is still the tallest building if you take it as a building, but of course the Twin Tower replacement, the Memorial Tower, is taller. But what history there was, and I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, wow, look at those new skyscrapers coming out. Yet even when, what was his name? I knew it yesterday, now the name slipped my mind with an R. I'll think of his name in a moment. Raskus, something like that. He was given the president. I think he was once with General Motors, and then he was given the task of being the overseer of the whole Empire State when the papers were signed, August of 1929. Oh man, August of 1929. It gets built, tallest building in the world in the shortest amount of time. It opens in 18 months from the first initial shovel in the ground. 1930, and it takes until 1952 to make a profit, 1929 to 1952, and it was called the Empty State Building for a decade at least. That's history. Let's go to the facts. The facts are that the Dow just made a new all-time high, 23,442. Let me go to the Dow chart right here. INDU. The Dow has not made an all-time high yet today. The high was 23,485. Today's high is 23,449. So about less than 40 points away, acting very well. Flattening out in the MACD daily. Stochastic was much weaker, still quite a bit weaker, but it's still at 87%, and that's good. Unbalanced volume, new all-time high, becoming very overbought. The weekly chart, as I said to subscribers, is still strong. Now, based on the diamonds, some subscribers are still long from the 222.97 level That was on, I believe that was around about the 12th of October. And we've had one or two small, very short positions that didn't work. Today, we got stopped out of our S&P short for less than a 1% loss and a small position. But we have longs, and I'm going to go through something. I was asked, if I have a chance in the next few days, would I actually discuss what I've been doing for subscribers, people who are interested in my newsletter? Okay, I'll try to do that. But let's do this. I want to go through it one by one. Look, the Dow has not yet made a new all-time high. It could certainly do that today. That would be a G/C in the Chapman wave methodology, but the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, is strong. Stochastic's giving a negative divergence, but still is well above 80%, and that is good territory. But the weekly chart is what I'd say to subscribers is that's really a benchmark. I don't see any clues right at this moment to say that there's any weakness at all in the weekly chart of the Dow. The monthly chart is still in a huge leg E to the upside. It would take the Dow to crack 23, to close under 2,300 to really, I believe, impact the weekly chart in any way. Let's go to the S&P, SPX.X. So we were short. Let me just take that away. We're not short anymore. Just a very small loss. Thank goodness. If you don't keep it tight here, you can really get hammered because this market is relentless, and it's relentless. Raskov, that's his name. Thank you very much, Peaky. I knew you'd be the one to find it. I'll get to what he said. It's just a very interesting comments that were made, because the Chrysler building, of which I took nice pictures as well, just a couple of blocks further, was the tallest building. And then the dead of the night, the Empire State Building, they snuck the antenna higher, and it became the tallest building in the world. So we'll get to that. The S&P has broken to a new all-time high, 2580. What's really important about this is that the MACD and stochastic were if anyone was short over the last 2-3 days, you had every reason to be short, but this is a different kind of market, and I'll discuss what's going on. I believe I understand what's going on. How are we going to handle it? Something completely different. But let's say I had said about a week or so ago that any break into the 2563s in the 2 weeks ago in the S&P would be very positive. Well, we hit the last high, which was 2578 on the 23rd of October, pulled back to 2541, I believe it was. Yep. No, 44. And no, the futures went to 41. 44. And now look where we are. We're almost 40 points high. It's unbelievable. 35 points higher. So the weekly, the monthly are all looking very good. And the 120-minute chart, Dow is in D, and this is in leg C to the upside, still very positive. Up 19 on the S&P. Key support now is the 2564 level to 2559. A break under 2557 says, uh-oh, now you're going to be in for some kind of a test of strength and probably a consolidation going on. But wait a minute, the QQQs, all of a sudden, you get this incredible earnings report in 3 or 4 of the major NASDAQ stocks yesterday, and we're soaring. We're up 3.99, up 2.72. This is the biggest move that has ever been seen in the QQQs, I bet. Let me just double check. Yes, from the low of yesterday, well, let's just go to the close of 146.92 to today, 150.94 right now. My eye says it's one of the very big moves we've seen. We had 2 consecutive big moves, actually 3 candles to the upside back on August the 29th. But this is comparable. This is very impressive. I'll be back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Editions Hour. Dow's up 38.
Jay, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Basil takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi everyone, Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. We're back. Dow's up 42, S&P's up 20. And we're looking at the QQQ up 410 now at 151.05. The question, is this going to be, is this a brand new, is this old leg E or a brand new leg A? I'm just going to go one step at a time. We need to know by Tuesday whether or not there's a give back or whether there's an extension to the upside. The most hated bull market in history is just defying consider that it's defying planetary cycles, time cycles, all sorts of things. But in my work right here, this particular week is really the week of a decision that I have to make to say, is this the acceleration phase I was dreading would come now without a major pullback? I say dreading because this is going to lead to a way deeper correction when it comes. But I think if this is the case, you've got to just enjoy, you've got to step back and enjoy this, because acceleration phases tend to go until there's really bad news. And we haven't had any bad news yet. It could be the whole tax thing. So it's interesting that Raskob, wishing to have the Empire State Building be the world's tallest, reviewed plans and realized that he could add 5 more floors and a spire of his own. However, the new floors would need to be set back because of a projected wind pressure on the extension. So November the 18th, 1929, Smith acquired a lot at 2731 West 33rd Street, adding 75 feet to the width of the proposed office. And this is really interesting. The office building site. 2 days later, Smith announced the updated plans for the skyscraper with an observation deck on the 86th floor at a height of 1,050 feet, higher than the Chrysler's 71st floor observation deck. I mean, so fascinating. So John Jacob Raskob, March 19, 1879, October 15th, 1950. Boy, it took another 2 years after his death before it turned around and became financially viable. Was a financial executive and businessman for DuPont, a Dow stock at the time, and General Motors, a Dow stock at the time, and the builder of the Empire State Building. He was chairman of the Democrat National Committee from when I say to you that everyone says this is different now, let me finish reading this. He was chairman of the Democrat Democratic National Committee from 1928 to 1932, and a key supporter of Alfred E. Smith's candidacy for presidency of the United States. After Franklin D. Roosevelt became president, Raskob was a prominent opponent of the New Deal through his support of a number of anti-Roosevelt organizations, including the American Liberty League. Raskob was also a leader in the Association Against the Prohibition Amendment. Raskob. Anyway, so, I mean, things just the personalities change, nothing much else. Okay, so now let's go on with our story. And our story says that the IWM, which was lagging, the Qs were a little weaker than the IWM, the Russell 2000 iShares. It's routing 0.56 today. The Dow is up 0.17. The S&P is up 0.78. The QQQ is, in fact, up. Where can I find it? Oh, QQQ. I'll just type it in here. The QQQ is up 2.82%. Biggest winner, right? Look at Amazon. Amazon. Whopper. It made a peak D, pulls back quite sharply from the 1,005 level, goes down to the 960s, boom, 1,098, taking out the old high of 1,083.31. Massive move to the upside. Is this leg A or is this leg E? And the monthly chart is a leg D. So, I mean, this is what's going on around here. Let me just keep going on with the IWM. So resistance is going to be at I'd say to subscribe. No, I'd say someone an email. That's right. Wanted to know about the IWM. I say 149.90s will be very strong resistance. You got to give it a little room if you are short, but I would not give it too much room, because if it goes above 149.90s, then it's a good chance it's going to retest the high, the all-time high of 150.68. You want to see this candle. You want to get into the wick of 147.90, the middle of the wick of the candle of the 25th. And then you'll be able to say, aha, now we can start thinking of testing the 146.16 9-period moving average weekly chart. But you got to be careful right here in both sides, just a couple of days, because you got the Qs breaking out in a huge move to the upside. So now I want to do a couple of things. When we are looking at gold, gold was down, it's come back a little bit, hit the 200 period exponential moving average, the orange line. Yesterday, they went right through it, went through the 200 period SMA this morning, and now it's bounced up a little bit. It's up 1.7 at 12.71. My contention has been that gold is still digesting the big gains that it's made, just in a big range, and that the dollar, which we went long. Okay, actually, maybe now I can talk a little bit about something else. The dollar's at 95.03. The 72.5 week, it's called 73-week consolidation from the previous low back in May of 16, sorry, 91.92, week of May the 6th, 2016, took 35 weeks up to the peak G at 103.82 in the week of January the 6th, 2017, and then an exact 35 weeks decline to the 91.01 level of the 8th of September, the day of the low. We went along the UUP. It's a lousy vehicle, but it's the best we've got. It's the trading vehicle for the dollar. It's called the Dollar Bull ETN. And what happened is we've stayed long, and yeah, you are at a recovery high. The weekly chart looks fabulous. Leg B, I've been talking about this for a while, saying that I think that the dollar's acting very, very well. And we're going to see how it impacts the multinationals as we move along. And look, there it is in leg C in the daily. And the stochastic hasn't got to 80% to 79%, but it's acting very well. Now, this is going to be very important because the MACD is very strong. The weekly chart is really the thing that impressed me the most, because the stochastic had already started moving higher for months before the dollar made its low. Monthly chart is not that great. It's a gray leg A. It has to go over 95.47. Is that 47 or 17? 95 for 95.47, the 9-period exponential moving average, and close above it in the month of October to really be impressive. But so far, everything else is very impressive. If you're looking at the EUR-USD, the euro-dollar currency pair, plop. This is what I've been talking about. I do that H in and I said, it could be a failure. My target was 1.16. That was a 200-period weekly moving average, orange. I broke it. Okay, now what we're looking at is the USD JPY, which was the tip-off for me that the dollar would be moving much higher, has gone to a leg DE, and this is an F. This is going to be a question now. Is that a recycle? I'm just going to be very simple, make it continuation D, E, F. Let's call it F/B, but I don't want to get carried away. It is leg B in the weekly chart, and now it's bumping into the monthly downtrend line at 114.50. No, I'm sorry, at 113.93. It needs 114.50 for the weekly chart to really establish that it is testing the year over the last year, the highs that were made in the 114s, and it can really power much higher. So, oh, is that a break already? Oh, time is flying. So the Dow's up 34, S&P's up 19. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. I want you to show you how important peak Ds are. Look at this peak D in the copper daily, leg E, probably a peak E today in the weekly, but look at that leg D in the monthly. It was fantastic. Now it's got a problem. Copper's in trouble. I'll be right back.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, we're back. So there are a couple of questions that have come up. So let me just do them one at a time. So highway copper is pulled back. I think this is a big consolidation. I'm not sure it's all over for copper. I'm just saying that I've got a D in the daily. I've got an E. Almost certainly by the end of the day, it'll be a peak E in the weekly. But the MACD is still good. Stochastic's not good at 78%. It's lower than it was. I'm suspecting that the threes, right at 3 to 2.99, that's going to be an area of major support. If it breaks that, then copper is going to take quite a digestive period. But if it can hold you, then it'll just chop, 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 slightly lower lows, slightly lower highs. Now, another thing that's really important about this is that, so silver, I had a question here about silver. So SLV was the question, and the question itself is, okay, actually a couple of questions came in. Basil, beautiful afternoon. Yep, it is. What do you think about SLV for long? Is this a good entry? Thanks, Sandip. Sandip, I think we're getting close to some kind of support level, but I do not want to be fighting the dollar. And yes, there's talk about the new potential change at the Fed. I just don't know. Remember that with President Trump, a lot of what's thrown out is like throwing little, whatever it is, sticking to the wall and see what stays, because he has all these trial balloons. So I wouldn't take any name. In fact, I would not take Yellen off the roster at all at this particular point. I think a lot's going on, and we won't know. I'm not even sure he knows until the very last moment, so I wouldn't get carried away. So someone said that that they have one or two people that are still very dovish, others are more hawkish. Hey, let me just tell you something. We'll have to wait. And the dollar responded in leg C. I'm waiting until it gets to D early next week, and then I have to make a decision about the shorter term. I would like to be holding the dollar for longer. I think I bought it as a counter trend, more longer term than short term, more kind of intermediate term, and it's September the 8th. So this is already October. We haven't got to November, but it's at least almost 2 months. So this is good action. So all I can say is I have to go step by step, and I'm coming to some other question in a moment that pertains to the same thing. So let me just say that if you're interested in a bounce, try it at the SLV, which is at 15.80 minus 0.05. I think you can have a little bit of a bounce by Monday, Tuesday. My thinking is that 1580, give it a chance between 1565 and 1545. Just text me or email me when you see it at that level. If it's not at that level, I've missed it, but I think it needs to come down a little bit more. That's the silver iShares, Silver Trust, trading at 1580 down 5 cents. Yeah, it's trying to form an arch formation. I think it's going to do a little more testing to the downside. Next thing, you want to look at crude oil. Crude oil is trading right now up huge. It's up $1 at 53.73. This is leg C, and that's the reason why I'll do it now. I really don't like to do it. I don't know how else anybody can ever do this. For people who've asked me about my service and what do I do? I'll do it. So this is my Traders Corners. I don't usually show this at all, but I'll show it now. It's the only real way I think I can do this in a broad way and be as objective as possible. So my Traders Corner is my last. At 8:35, I send out the Traders Corner, and the Traders Corner has at least sometimes 19, sometimes 20 bullet points. Some things we don't trade, some things I only put in because I have it, and it's just our kind of benchmarks and things that we always look at. Well, so this is what I always give a quick summation for people who don't have a chance to read my half a dozen or more charts every single day. So this is what we got. I go through, I say, note, I'm back today and we'll be doing my show at noon Eastern time, but still an abbreviated newsletter. So then I give a quick summation of what we're looking at here and what we are looking at for guidance. Then I always do the Dow, whether we have a position or not. We do. Some subscribers still have positions from 222.97. So that's fantastic because it's trading right now at 234.20. That's a huge move. And that's that. The DOG is 1-to-1 short. I have no interest right at this moment in the DOG short. I might have it next week, not yet. QQQ, I give if we have a position, I talk about it, but I don't. I say in a daily sell signal, must hold 146.30. Then, of course, all the news comes out and kaboom, it goes to the upside. Then SQQ, this is the short. I'm not interested right now. I might be, but I'm not. And then Bank of America, oh, we've got a caller. I'm going to come back to this. Bank of America, Dominion, Resources, DBC, GE, GDX, all of these are very important in the newsletter. So here we go. Sylvia in Tampa. Sylvia, how are you?
I am well, Basil. Thank you so much for taking the call.
My pleasure.
Basil, I have a question on Goldman Sachs. please.
Yes.
Can you give me your opinion on this one?
Okay, so Goldman Sachs trading at 241.06, down 66. So fascinating that you bring up Goldman Sachs, because in 1929, that's when it became a public company.
Oh.
I've done a webinar on it. They took over a whole bunch of others. They became dominant in the whole thing of those. If you read anything about 1929, you'll hear that there were just 3% of the public were involved in the market. I think that is grossly, there's something wrong with that figure, but people were watching it all the time. There were people standing in lines looking at the tickers because they just come out with that bubble ticker, the glass dome. And Goldman Sachs was really very important in that period because they made those packages. I can't remember quite what they called them, but it was a conglomerate of all the stocks that people would like to have, but they couldn't. It was like a fund, and people would trade them all the time. And I got a feeling that they traded them through family members and things like that. It's complicated. So Goldman Sachs today is trading at 240.98, a little higher than it was back in 1929, and we're looking at it with a high that was made on the 6th of October, 247.07. 3 days ago, it went to 246.50, just under the 247 all-time high, not all-time high, most recent high. The all-time high is at 255.15, I believe. Let me just do this. So I'm going to ask you a question. 250.70 was the all-time high back in October of 2007. So my question to you is, do you have a position? What exactly do you have a position?
I went short a few minutes ago at 241.76.
Okay.
So I really want to know is where would you place your stop today?
So
if you had gone short at that point,
I would not.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that if the general market closes towards the high, then I would be, because Goldman Sachs has already come out with earnings and all that, I think your risk is more market-wise, that the market could push it up. I think timing-wise, the daily chart has made a failed V-shaped pattern. It is more like an arch formation. It looks to me, if you just said to me right now, would you be short or long? I'd say based on the weekly or the monthly, I wouldn't want to be short, but on a very short-term daily, shorting right here, I would have a 241.73, the 9-period moving average as a stop. But I think, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Monday and Tuesday, because that's going to be really important. Can you hold on?
Sure.
Great. We've got Sylvia in Tampa Bay, Florida. The Dow's up 34, S&P's up 20. Big divergence. Goldman Sachs down 77 cents. And I'm going to talk about that because I think Sylvia is just...
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Hi, folks. We're back. So Sylvia from Tampa Bay is just shorted Goldman Sachs, and I'm looking at Goldman Sachs. I think the timing is perfect because the daily just made a peak. The 120-minute chart just made a peak E. The daily failed with a very weak MACD, moving average convergence divergence, very weak stochastic at 61%, very weak on balance volume. And it's under the 9-period exponential moving average. So what I wanted to say to you is my only concern would be is if for some reason the market just closes right at the high of the day, and then over the weekend on Sunday night, the futures are very strong. You're kind of vulnerable to a gap up. But the way I'm looking at it, the way Goldman Sachs has acted for the last almost all of October has not been a leader. It was a leader going all the way to the October high, all the way from, that was that August? Well, from early September. It's had a spectacular move. The last couple of days, it's really struggled. So this is what I'm going to say to you. I like your trade. I think it's perfect. I would have 241.74, the 9-period moving average, as some kind of a intraday stop, or at least just to check it out. I wouldn't want it to go much higher than that. You can always come back in. I'd rather it close weak, minus 60 cents or greater, than to just close minus 30 cents. That would be my leaning towards the downside. But most importantly, it looks to me like it really wants to test the 237 to 235 area. That's the left side low of the 17th of October, 235.19. So I like the position you have right now. Day is young, crazy things are going on. But the weekly chart is the one that said, gee, it's taken 3 weeks just to sneak above 247.07 for leg D, and it couldn't do it. Seems to me it can take another week or two for it to consolidate. I like it now. What I'd said is, on a monthly basis, the action that it's had is suggesting that if it holds 240 right now, if it holds the 335s all of next week, and in fact it can go to a new high next week, that's going to be very bullish. So I'm just saying to you, intermediate term has a lot more support. Short term, it says, it's got at least another 4 points or so to the downside to retest the previous support. I hope that helps you.
It does. Thank you, Basil. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and congratulations. Another good shorting position. You're good at it, Sylvia. Thank you. So let me do this. I didn't go to bonds. So bonds, 123.05 on the Lehman 20-year iShares T-bond ETF. It's kind of stuck in this lower level, hitting the 200-period weekly chart support. My contention was that when the market finally is ready for a big move to the downside, I'm talking about a few weeks, right? I think that bonds are going to rally as money comes out of the equities and goes into the so-called safety of bonds. Hasn't happened yet. We have no position there. So let me do this because a couple of people I promised that I said I'll do something just to explain the way I go about my market data. So this paragraph right here sums everything up, right? What we're looking at, why we're looking at, what's going on, what I expect. Then the Dow Diamonds. Then if we are interested in the short position, I'm getting closer to thinking that maybe we could pull back, but that'll be a separate position. I'd like to keep the one position as a core position, and then a longer term from the around about the 22,300 level, try to keep that as long as possible. However, the Qs were vulnerable. Then all of a sudden, fantastic news, and they spiral in one of the biggest percentage gains in a long, long time to the upside. And I put the SQQ just because I'd had it before, so I'm probably taking it away. I'm not sure I want to short the Qs at this particular point. Then Bank of America, we've been long for quite a while. We took a tiny little bit off of our position, but we've been long since 23.46, and Bank of America right now is trading at 27.90. Really nice gain. D, which is Dominion Resources. I had this. Let me move this away. Move it over there. I did all the homework. Everything was great. We got in perfectly, and it shot up from the 79. What did we get it at? 79.39 level. It goes to a peak C. I did this left side, right side price time match. It did it great, just perfect. It just missed making that high. Then the next thing, I don't know what there was. There was this pullback. Took us out for a small loss. I didn't really want to be taken out. I didn't want any losses. We took a tiny little loss, and then it spiraled up to that leg D that was missing, and now it's leg D in the daily, leg D in the weekly, and very strong still in the weekly, and it's also in the 120-minute chart. What happened was that sudden pullback didn't change anything. This is a peak D in the 120 minutes. We're out of it. It's doing exactly what I wanted. What can I say? Tough. We just did it wrong. At least I made the stop a little too tight. Then DBC. Look at this. This is DBC. Let me see if I can put this somewhere else. Okay. DBC is the commodity index. This is the tracking fund. We're in at 14.82. It's trading at 15.91. Really nice gain. Leg C in the daily. Leg E with my target of 16.8 and a left side, right side V-shaped price time match. Doing very well. It's at 15.91. Nice. The weekly chart is very impressive in the V-shape. Monthly chart is still getting there. It needs to get to the 1620s, and then you've got a leg C in the monthly. That'll be really very good. Next thing we've got here, if I can find it, is GE. I always put GE in. It's been a fantastic bellwether. It hasn't been a bellwether lately, so it's just been decimated. It's looking horrible. It's just looking horrible. GDX, I always put that in, whether or not we have a position. Rather than gold, I put the GDX because that's a great trading vehicle, but we don't have a position in it. And GDX, we've been kind of in a sell mode for a long time. It's trading at 22.48. And I just, as I say, I think you can have a balance, but just a balance. I think the dollar is the play at this particular point. Hey, I could be wrong. Boy, dollar's tough, but we've been in since its exact low. And then we have UUP, and UUP is the trading vehicle for the dollar. So we're in at I don't remember 23 something or other 23.81. It's trading at 24.78, trying to get to the 200-period moving average of 24.78. MACD and stochastic are really good. And look at this lovely leg B in the weekly chart. So there we're long and a very nice gain. The next thing we have is IBB. General Motors. We have General Motors. We had two positions. First position in the 34s, and then and that's acting beautifully right now. General Motors is trading at. It's in the 451, having hit 46s. I want that as a core position. And then the short-term trade, we took profits 20%, I think it was, in that from the 37s to the 45s, 44, 45s, and we're out. We will get back in. Then the SPY. I always put the SPY in. The position we had was in the SPY. We had a short position via the SPX 3 times SPXS. 3 times short, just a small position, got stopped out for less than for 30 cents. We're in at 31.34, I think it was. Oh man, get that right. We're in at 34.31, got out at 34.01, less than a 1% a stop, and we're out. We're done. So, and then I put in the TLT. I always put in what's going to be happening. TVX, we have no position in TVX. I'll show you the VIX in a moment. And then I have a stock list that we might or might not pick from that, but I like to have it because these are very important stocks that I like to follow. So, Dow is now up 26, S&P's up 20. What a big move in the S&P. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour, and good to be back. This is live. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of the Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, folks, Steve comes up, then you got Dave White, you've got Tom O'Brien, just great programming. So let me do this. There are a whole bunch of questions, and I just got back. I really want to just show you something to me that is really key. See, the VIX index 2 days ago was up in the 13s. Now it's in the 10s, 10.09. I'm going to just say this like a broken record over and over. Until there is bad news that permeates the market, it can't be a one-off. It's got to be there. It's got to be sitting there. I think tax. I think we have the ingredients finally to have something. The final thing that Trump is going to try to pass, which is because he's had failures, a lot of failures. When he said, we'll pass so many things, your head will fall off, whatever it is. I mean, it's the exact opposite. This is a different kind of president. You've got to deal with the thinking of a president who has ego, who has a particular agenda at the back of his mind. I'm not even sure that politics even comes into it, personalities and things like that. Don't get involved. Just look at the charts. It's more important. And I'm saying to you, until there is a theme that is a negative, the market perceives as a negative theme, Fed, tax, I don't care what it is, and it can't be a one-off. It's got to be there, and it's got to knock the market down. You've got to have the VIX starting to go into the 13s and the 14s and the 15s, and you've got to have the S&P down, not up 20. You've got to have it down double-digit early in the morning, try to rally, and then close double-digit down. Until that is going to happen over and over and over, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the Dow only up 25, but the S&P up 20, and NASDAQ up 4 points, the Qs. So let me just do this real quickly. I'll cover a couple of questions at the same time. See, GE, horrible. Caterpillar, fantastic, at almost all-time highs. This is a diverse market. Deere, almost all-time high. Raytheon comes out with earnings, pulls back, and look at that. From all-time, this is a market, you've got to look at the numbers. So on Monday, I'll go through what I'm looking at in much greater detail. Subscribers, I'll be back Saturday. I'll start sending charts to my opening call. Anyone interested in the opening call, please go to the front page of TFNN, check it out. Where am I? I'm thinking we're getting to a toppy stage shorter term, but you've got to have the news negative to really send the market down sustained. Stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. I'll be back on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN, the Tiger Financial News Network. TFNN, Headline News Update. Headline News Update. Here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We have the Dow down 13, Nasdaq is up 89, S&Ps are up 5.5. We have the gold contract trading down $3.20 at $12.6640. Silver is down 18 cents, $16.63 an ounce. You get the copper market is getting smoked. This is down almost 10 cents, $3.08 a pound. Light sweet crude up 13 cents. $52.76 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note flat, 124.11. 30-year up 2 ticks, 150.25. King dollar up 551 ticks, trading at 95.060. The euro is at 115 3/4 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 114 1/4 to the U.S. dollar. We get over and we take a look at the NDX 100. That's the action out here today. You have the Q's gapped higher. They up 280 right now. All-time high, gets over the high that was established out here on the 18th, and what that is all about. And it's all about a lot more than just Google and Microsoft, Google and Amazon. Microsoft is a number out here. Microsoft's up $6.50, and that is one monster move when you're talking about that you have 7.7 billion shares outstanding. Amazon's up almost $100. Amazon's trading up $97, 1,070. What that Amazon's trying to do is get into that high volume high that has been hanging out here at 1,083. Google's an ABC structure on the way up. Google blew away its B point with volume. 1050 is the number. You're at 1034 right now. Google's up $62. Facebook is joining the crowd. Also, Facebook is up 526, trading at 175. That is going after its highs. I believe the Facebook high is 176.74. Inside the Dow, so let's go inside the Dow. So the Nasdaq took over for the Dow today. No two ways about that. Dow is hanging at highs. On a weekly basis, it looks like all these indices are going to close out at highs up here. Bottom line, we'll find out how much higher they want to go. The SPY right now is at 256.80. And on a weekly basis, bottom line, looks like 270 is game out here. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming back with some great programming at TFNN. I'm going to be up next. And, of course, then we're going to go to swim lessons. We get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Dow Industrials right now are up 15. Nasdaq is up 93. S&Ps are up 8.5. Have a great one. Have a safe one. We're going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
No matter where you're listening to TFNN programming, you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones, iPads, and Android devices, located in the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and indirectly